Aloha, y'all. It is Saturday, Saturn's Day, hence the name, the 2nd of April. It's going to be a third eye day, but we'll get into that in a second. The sun is at 12 degrees, 43 minutes Aries. The moon is at 27 degrees Aries. Mercury is conjunct the sun at 12 degrees Aries also. Venus is at 26 degrees, 40 minutes Aquarius. Mars is at 20 degrees Aquarius. Jupiter's at 21 degrees Pisces. Saturn is at 22 degrees Aquarius, conjunct Mars. Uranus is at 12 degrees 57 minutes Taurus. Neptune's at 23 degrees Pisces. Pluto's at 28 degrees Capricorn, and the North Node is now at 22 degrees Taurus. So it is a Ajna chakra. I can't speak clearly. Ajna chakra day. So this is your third eye. It's basically your pituitary gland. Keywords are intuition, mysticism, and understanding. Positive aspects are highly intuitive, faithful, clear-sighted, integrous, orderly-minded. Negative aspects are the inability to trust intuition, scattered mind, inconsiderate, and blinkered vision. The mantra is Om, Om, and you do that in the key of A. Spiritual activities include reflection, contemplation, meditation, creative use of your imagination. Essential oils are camphor, sweet pea, and heliotrope. Plant is almond blossom. Metal is silver. The element is the cosmos. Crystals are sapphire, lapis lazuli, and tanzanite. And soul lesson is detachment and intuition. So we, on this Saturn's day, can really get into our third eye. So let's go ahead and get some cards. I've got a little bit of an infection from a blister on my pinky. So kind of messing around with these cards is a little difficult. So give me a sec. All right, so let's see what wants to pop. We've got the Ace of Swords. That's what's up. So, swords are the mind, the intellect. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is your sign, suit, sword. And given the fact that Mercury is conjunct the sun right now, not terribly surprising the swords are coming out. And aces are the very beginning of a situation, right? Like the birth of a new idea, the birth of a new mental process. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Ace of Swords, opportunities to hone your highest intellect, right? Open your third eye. Have a new vision for your mind. Ace of Swords. Opportunity to hone your highest intellect, learn new ways to reach your true potential, and embodying a powerful philosophy. The Ace of Swords. I live through my highest values. North Node and Taurus energy. The time has arrived for a significant breakthrough. The creation of a conscious intentional space in which to have a powerful insight, right? Like the third eye was saying, meditative, contemplative kind of space. Conscious understanding brought to a particular issue is expanded with a clear, unique thought or inner voice. The result is rejuvenating, a fresh new beginning or approach to life with a renewed vision of your purpose. In this artwork, a sword is seen floating in the space of pure potential beyond a golden circle through which the matrix of life is seen. This ancient Celtic blade, weathered by time and circumstance, points upwards, intersecting the sacred geometry of Metatron's cube. Its field of high vibrational frequencies ripple out through creation. The sword, which represents intelligence, appears to sever the umbilical cord that joins the golden fetuses floating in the distance, streaked in the dancing filaments of light. Male and female ancestral lines of limited being in the world are being severed. The Ace of Swords calls upon you to cut away anything that doesn't move you towards your highest potential and service in the world. It invites the birth and collaboration of all your intelligences so you can live into the full force field of your life. Advanced brain mapping technologies can visually illustrate the different types of intelligence, overturning the long-held notion of innate preferences for left versus right hemispheric intelligence. For instance, the theory of multiple intelligences aims to broaden the definition so it reflects the many ways people think, learn, and act. This is a different way of thought than unified general intelligence or IQ. Take a contemporary dancer, for example. Their agility, skill, strength, and precision could be said to have a combination of bodily, kinesthetic, and visual spatial intelligences. Someone like Bowie, then, could have a predominant musical, rhythmic, and harmonic intelligence with an acute sensitivity to musical components and pitch. And they're referring to David Bowie, which is what this deck, and David DeAngelis, the creator, has been on the podcast a few times. Shout out. David Bowie is the inspiration for this one. I say Bowie. That's what it's referencing. Combine this with the aforementioned sensitivity to musical components and pitch, or intelligences, and you get an artist with high verbal linguistic intelligence and existential intelligence. You could hear it through his striking lyrics, which lit up the creative heart of so many people throughout his long career. This card indicates an opportunity for powerful focus, right? Saturn conjunct Mars and Aquarius, very mental energy where we can really get to the bottom of things and know how things work in our lives for ourselves, really refine and oil, lubricate the machine. Mercury conjunct Sun in Aries, we have the power and the ability to focus and get it done. Hone all your intelligences in the spirit of great teamwork to work towards a vision of yourself realizing your highest potential, flow, and radiance. Consider fresh ways of understanding, organizing, articulating, and expressing your sense of purpose. You can achieve anything you desire. Very Sun, Moon, Mercury, Chiron in Aries energy. It's like, get it, get it, get it. Ace of Swords, opportunities to hone your highest intellect, learn new ways to reach your true potential, and embodying a powerful philosophy. So let's go ahead and get a clarifier. We've got the Queen of Cups. In this little image is a Gorgon, like the Medusa sister type. Medusa was a Gorgon and had her head cut off, or the snakes caused, I think it was Perseus, but I forget who exactly, to have to use a shield to reflect it, etc., etc. So the cups are the Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And if that's your sign, this is naturally going to be your kind of suit. And the clarifier, this is the watery, the emotional part of feminine nurturance, creativity, sexuality, emotionality, nostalgia, that kind of energy. Right? I am a conduit for powerful love, open to sensuality, seeker of desires and potent pleasures, rich empathy, creativity, and understanding is the clarification. So I do think we're going to be opening our minds to a new way of pampering ourselves, expressing ourselves, embodying ourself. Aries, Sun and Moon, and Mercury. Mercury and Sun conjunct. Aries is about the self. It's about the ego. Mars rules Aries. It's like, I'm here. I'm a Tasmanian devil. I'm kind of getting it done. So we're brandishing our swords and running onto the battlefield going, yeah, or whatever, right? Kind of Howard Dean style. But we need to tap into our hearts, i.e. our intuition, our third eye here, get a vision of the creative power of what the potential is, kind of this balancing. You get a lot of things going on here. With Mars in Aquarius conjunct Saturn, we're redefining our mindset. We're redefining how we work with others, and we need to bring our authentic, highest self along with our full emotional and compassionate capacity, right? Our creative intelligence. And when we really open up that gate, the sky is the limit. So let's go ahead and get an animal oracle. Hopefully you all are doing well today on this Saturn's day. I've been in Costa Rica a month. I've got technically 2 more months here, but I don't know how long I'll be staying here fully. We've got secrets, number 2, the lynx. And it's funny because on the Ajna, it's showing you got 2 circles creating a Vesica Pisces, revealing the secret, right? So the lynx is how you get to it. And we need to be kind of opening our minds to beautiful truths, which might be hidden. South Node in Scorpio. We'll want to take those hidden things and bring them out in the world. North Node in Taurus. So number 2, the lynx. Pardon this trailer going by. So here we go. Lynx, secrets. Your word is your bond. That is some Mars conjunct Saturn and Aquarius stuff. It's like speak your truth and keep your word and don't fuck around. Do not gossip or entertain gossip, as all may not be as it seems. Be shrewd about who you share your confidential information with. A little mystery can be a good thing, but keeping secrets that are detrimental to others may not be. And with Jupiter conjunct Neptune and Pisces, we, having a little creative mystery, having a little flow and wateriness to your ideas and your persona, your ego. Mars in Aquarius conjunct Saturn. It's like you were building an ego, and who yourself is, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Aries. It is all about you in a sense, but you have to remember others. And you have, just like she's got a whole gang of snakes in her hair. It's a team of stuff. She's a self with a community. She probably does. The idea coming to my mind is like, does she let all the snakes read her diary when she's writing, or does she keep a little mystery of her life to herself, right? So, do not gossip or entertain gossip, as all may not be as it seems. Be shrewd about who you share your confidential information with. A little mystery can be a good thing, but keeping secrets that are detrimental to others may not be. There is some news worth sharing, but be discerning, right? Use your third eye. Use your wisdom, right? Use your mind, intellect, Ace of Swords. And be aware that you're an individual with a community around you, and maybe not all of those snakes in your community need to know every whim of your heart or every, iota of your checking account or whatever it might be. Mythos. After man had discovered many famines, the goddess Demeter decided to share the secrets of agriculture with humans. She gave us a new idea, right? Saturn in Aquarius conjunct Mars. She's like, here's a new way to work. Here's a new idea. And it's like a goddess type. So it's this feminine, watery, loving kind of, I'll help you out, you puny little sad creature things. There was a sacred field of wheat grain in Elysius that when it grew was golden. As it was enchanted, it would grow and prosper, always providing enough to eat. And I should say that this field they're talking about is where the Eleusinian mysteries, i.e. where third eyes were really opened, took place. One of Demeter's favorites and devotee, the son of the king, the good king Celeus, was Triptolemus. Demeter thought this man would be the ideal person to spread the seeds of the special grain and impart the wisdom of how to grow it. Ace of Swords. Here's a new thought. Here's a new perspective. So she shared the secrets with him and lent him her own chariot pulled by two mighty serpents and instructed him to teach men how to work the fields properly. Pulled by snakes. There's a snake lady. Triptolemus was a fine man and did what the goddess had instructed. He worked his way through Europe and up into Asia and ended up far away in the land of Scythia, where he met with King Lenkos, right? He was moving around, being very action-oriented, very focused, and doing his highest, self, basically, in the flesh. Aries, Sun, and Moon, Mercury. Sun conjunct Mercury. Lenkos realized the incredible value of the secrets that Triptolemus held and wanted this power and status for himself. South Node in Scorpio. He's like kind of getting greedy and dark about it. He snuck into Triptolemus' bedchamber and raised a sharp dagger over his heart to kill him in his sleep. But the mighty Demeter saw this. She stopped Lenkos and transformed him into a lynx, a secretive animal, so he would hold Triptolemus' secret to himself forever. The animal. Lynx are beautiful and intelligent wildcats, of which there are 4 species: Canada lynx, Iberian lynx, Eurasian lynx, and the bobcat. Lynx are quite secretive animals, very athletic and well camouflaged. Their name comes from the Indo-European word Leuk, L-E-U-K, which refers to brightness, because the only thing most people would see clearly about this elusive creature were its eyes reflectively glowing in the dark, right? The 2 points in the middle, kind of the reflective point in the dark. Lynx have fur and feet specially adapted to their habitat. The species that exist in colder areas have thick fur and tails and large padded feet that enable them to travel more comfortably over snow. The lynx that dwell in warmer, arid areas have no such adaptations, but all tend to have coats that change colors with the seasons. They are opportunistic feeders, using the strategy of stalking and surprise to hunt their prey. Depending on the size of the lynx, they can bring down roe deer as well as other small animals. The magic. Lynx magic can be utilized when you need to keep a secret or to stop gossip. Right? One of the issues about the swords, the Ace of Swords, is that you're so bubbling, especially with Aries, Sun conjunct Mercury, you're so bubbling with ideas and what you want to say that maybe you just blurt things out and you're not thinking clearly about how to be sexy and suave and kind of, flow with things. Maybe you're just like, I want to do this, and it's like, okay, well, don't show them all, breast your cards, as they say. Don't show everybody what you got all the time. It's not about being dishonest. It's just about be discerning. It is the perfect magic to weave when you're making a vow to yourself or another, Saturn conjunct Mars, when your actions and your ego, Mars in Aquarius, are bonding with Saturn, integrity in Aquarius, where it's like, I promise you to be my wife, to always cherish and love you, or whatever, the kind of vow is. A magic that is wild in its nature, but focused in its intent, right? Wild in its nature, focused in its intent. Ensure you are clear with your intentions up front. Symbology, pointed ears, lynx paw, eyes glowing in the dark, the goddess Demeter, wheat. Status is that lynx species range from the least concerned to endangered. Sadly, mainly due to habitat loss, the Iberian lynx is the most endangered cat in the world, with less than 350 left at the time of the writing of this. She's been on the podcast too, so this might have been written in like 2010. This number did get as low as 100 in the early 2000s, so there are few of them, and we got to kind of keep an eye out on lynxes. Not so much bobcats, there's plenty of those, I think. But we have to change our perception. Oops, upside down. We have to change our perceptions in terms of how we deal with the creation around us and really wisen up, third eye, to our responsibility, our creative responsibility as a participant in the Tao, essentially, with ourself and others, the snakes in our hair. So, secrets is the animal, lynx is the animal. Let's go ahead and get an I Ching card. We've got number 18. This is some Saturn conjunct Mars and Aquarius looking shit, North Node and Taurus. Building it. Building what? New mental perspectives. If you build it, they will come. Right? So, let me just set this down. I love knowing where y'all are watching from as a Gemini on the travel now. So, do write where you're watching in from. 18. Repair. Like I said, Saturn, which is about structures and karma and timing and material, like the physical world in a sense. In Aquarius is conjunct Mars. So the action is to repair things, your DNA, your relationships, your mentality, right? Repair your thoughts by having new thoughts that are more caring and compassionate towards yourself and others, thoughts that are aware of both the light and the dark, right? Perspectives that go beyond the veil. That's how we heal ourselves in the world. Repair. If your question concerns a precarious situation, then it has been all your own doing. That is some Saturn and Aquarius shit. It's like, you know what? Tough shit. It's your problem. It's your fault. Not fate, but rather your own tardiness and indifference have got you into this predicament. Only you can get yourself out of it now. Do the problems appear insurmountable? Don't worry. If you admit to your own mistakes and don't shun harder inner tasks, that you can soon turn over a new leaf. So look to the future with confidence. Those things which have been corrupted by people can be healed again by people. But you should finally cast off particular behavioral patterns which have caused self-defeat time and time again, right? So we're rebuilding our world, we're rebuilding ourselves. It's a new astrological year, right? It's Aries season. We have to start with our minds, right? Clear out the bad thinking. Ajna chakra, the negative self-talk, the cynicism. Being realistic is fine, but being overly cynical is not very caring and compassionate, and it really shuts off the creativity. But that doesn't mean you have to just be like balls to the walls, kind of, how would I put it? False positive, or, delusionally optimistic or whatever, kind of bypassing the shadows. There's shadows, there's secrets, but we don't have to focus on them all the time. Right, with the South Node in Scorpio, we're healing our secrets. We're bringing those out and repairing kind of our shadow life in the light of the sun towards value for ourselves and others, North Node and Taurus. And with the sun conjunct Mercury, we have the ability to really go into the fires of our mind, and Jupiter and Neptune and Pisces share our dreams of our heart through our thoughts, which turn into actions essentially. So it's like your dream kind of is like, your heart is like, oh my gosh, I'm excited by this, or I'm scared by this, whatever. That's where it starts in the heart. And the scare stuff, your heart doesn't really fear anything. Your mind and your ego do, right? So we need to shed some of these fears, and then we rebuild a reality that's a little more conducive to what we're hoping for. It's not always going to be perfect. It's perfectly imperfect in that sense. But if your heart, your heart makes a movement towards something, right? Your intuition, your third eye, seeing from beyond the situation with wisdom. Your heart's like, oh my gosh, this excites me. And then your mind's going to go, yes, I can do this, or no, I can't. It's going to start bifurcating and being rational and pragmatic and all this stuff, which is fine. Saturn and Aquarius, you can use your mind well, but there's limitations. You can get cynical, you can get like, pessimistic. And then your actions come from your mind. Do you actually think you can do it? Your heart is like the birth of the thing. Your mind is the filter, and then your body and your will, your volition, your action is kind of the fruit of these processes. So let's go ahead and get a crystal. You can quantumly entangle with this. You don't have to own it. I don't own all of these. But if you do have this stone, props. We've got Lepidolite. What it is, Lepidolite is a lithium-infused mica with rose and lavender-hued spa vibes. Who needs it? The perpetually frazzled, the oh-so-cerebral, type A workaholics, right? So workaholics, i.e. Saturn conjunct Mars and Aquarius, where it's like, I gotta do it, and people who are frazzled and with Mercury and the Sun and Moon but the Sun and Mercury particularly conjunct in Aries, we're burning the candle at both ends. We got a lot going on. We could feel very blinkered and like not too in tune with what we need to be doing in terms of our mentality. We might just be all over the place. And then, so the perpetually frazzled and the oh-so-cerebral, very Ace of Wands, very Jupiter and Pisces, people who are just kind of far out. Where to put it? In a bubble bath, on the meditation cushion, in the fetal position, when the pressure to be successful, fit, and fabulous 24/7, 365 is too much. With this Aries season, we're like, I gotta do it. And sometimes we burn ourselves out and we're not being, we need to have a new approach to what success looks like. The true secret of, success, I guess, is not going too hard, because if you go too hard, you damage your DNA, you damage your, relationships, you lower your creativity. You've got to be receptive to a degree, Queen of Cups, and go with the flow to a degree. Yeah, it's like even volcanoes have fire and are creating new earth, but it's like it goes in a flowy manner, right? When to use it? When freaking out, or to prevent that, put the phone on Do Not Disturb, hold Lepidolite in each palm, and just let yourself be there for 5 minutes. Relax, right? This is meditation. This is what the Ajna Chakra was saying to do. Meditate. Really, it's funny because it's not just about, like, sometimes it's like white elephant thing. It's just like, oh, I got to not think about things. Don't do that when you're meditating. Just let your mind kind of flow. Sometimes I listen to soundtracks, like Interstellar soundtrack or Philip Glass and stuff like that. And you can just let your mind kind of go. That's fine. But then you can go into your breath, is why they make you focus on your breath, because at some point you just kind of are doing it. And that's when the new ideas come. That's when you start really repairing your perceptions. That's when the creativity flows in such a way that the secrets of your heart and the secrets of your mind and the secrets of your body are revealed wisely through wisdom, right? You start seeing it. Oh my God, third eye illumination or whatever. So when you're freaking out, put on that Do Not Disturb sign on your phone, hold them in your palms, and just be yourself for 5 minutes. Relax the muscles between your shoulder blades, which is, as is Gemini, Sun and Moon, Leo rising. My shoulder and the back are definitely where I keep my stress. Relax the muscles between your shoulder blades and lengthen your breaths and let go of all the drama. It wasn't yours to begin with anyway. This says enter your chill zone. So I think what we're really needing to do is to enter the secret place of our minds and hearts, right? In a calm, collected manner with our breath in order to repair ourselves. This will lead to new insights and new visions, new understandings, third eye, but you have to get into that still place. You can't necessarily, there's a time to be in the flow and in the zone, and you're just like, wow, I'm jamming and it's going. But really what starts happening is you're getting comfortable and in a chill space within action. So that's what like being in the zone is, I forget the guy's name, but he wrote a book, and we went over it in Switzerland when I was there. And there's a graph. It's like, what is the zone? Like, what is the flow state, right? Basically, it's like from easy to most difficult, and I don't know how this looks in terms of mirroring, but basically, it's a graph, right? So it's like the things that are like really easy. I forget how it exactly worked, but it was like if it's too hard and not rewarding enough, like basically you're going to burn out quickly. You're going to be like, I can't do this, and you're going to get defeated. If it's too easy, you're going to master it and get bored. You have to find something that's challenging and doable, that's keeping you engaged, right? That's entering your chill zone, entering your flow state. So have a new perception, right? Have a new way to look at things. We're here to repair and rebuild ourselves. Basically doing the shadow work, doing kind of trauma work, doing awareness work, right? There's many ways to do that. Open your third eye, open your perceptions to yourself. In order to care for ourselves more and be more creative, to let this flow out, to transmute the secrets of our hearts, the secrets of our minds. I'll see you on the dark side of the moon, right? At some point, we're going to get into the shadows so much that it's not even a shadow anymore, and we're adapted to it. But we're doing this repair work as a self in order to punctuate into a global awakening and a global new chapter of thought and being. And then when that, it's like start with you, then your community, then your country or nation state or whatever, and then eventually galactic. The whole cosmos is going through a shift. Don't doubt it. We're repairing. I mean, in a sense, it's like we asked to fall down to stand back up. So we're in that rebuild mode, and we have to be compassionate and kind of open to the fact that there's parts of ourselves that are hidden. You don't want to run around, if all you ever did was just spout out what your DNA code is all the time, it wouldn't be very interesting, but you could tell parts of your code. This is kind of an analogy that's not holding up very well in my own mind, but you could tell parts of your life and keep the mystery alive, because guess what? You have parts of yourself that you're not even fully aware of. It's an adventure of the mind. And as you kind of repair as your spirit is repaired and as your mind and body are repaired, your creativity comes online, the secrets, the hidden things are made known, that which is damaged, the sword, it's like Lord of the Rings, the sword that was broken will be reforged or whatever, right? Repaired. And that is when you can only do that. And the whole intro of Ranger or Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, he's chilling. He's entered his chill zone, smoking a pipe in the Prancing Pony, using his third eye, seeing beyond. He's like, you guys are fucking hobbits, and I saw you put on that ring, and your secret's safe with me. Keep it secret, keep it safe. But we got to go reforge the sword. We got to go take this ring and throw it into the Mount Doom. It's, we can dance and sing and have fun with elves and tell stories about stuff while eating lambus bread or whatever. But ultimately, there's, darkness to be conquered, secrets to be revealed ultimately. It's a balancing act. You can't just show everything. You don't want to run around naked, flaying yourself saying I'm God or whatever. You got to be chill about it. Enter your chill zone with Lepidolite. But we're going to be tapping in, especially with Aries, Sun, conjunct Mercury, tapping into new actionable ideas that hopefully North Node and Taurus are repairing, the darkness that we're coming from, South Node and Scorpio, right? So hopefully that makes sense. I hope you guys are going to have a beautiful Saturn's day, right? Very kind of structured, karmic oriented, turning on your third eyes to the shadows within, the shadows without, and accepting them. See, part of it is just being like friends with your demons. That doesn't mean celebrating them maybe, but it's about acceptance. Like, oh yeah, I do lisp, or oh yeah, I'm 5 pounds overweight, or oh yeah, I'm not rich, or these are very material things. Oh yeah, I don't meditate. Oh yeah, I don't, I say 5 negative things and I say 1 positive thing. I'm very critical. Whatever it is, just become aware of it and start trying to reform your mind in a way that's going to build yourself up and build others up. It's easier said than done sometimes, or it's harder to do it. Easier said than done, but that's the secret of being human, is going from shit to gold in the alchemical Alejandro Jodorowsky Holy Mountain way. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, leave a tip, tag your friends, share it, whatever's clever. Come check out the Team Rabbit Hole podcast. We've got 275 episodes with fantastic minds and hearts, just traversing the cosmos and their worlds and explaining who they are and what they do. If you want a reading, $33 for an hour of cards, $88 for 3 hours of astrology, and $111 for both. And ultimately, guys, we're here to open our eyes. It's like when you wake up and you got sleepies in your eyes. This morning, I woke up and I was like really tired. If you can't tell, I'm now just starting to wake up, kind of getting jazzed up. In order to see the path clearly, in order to go for Excalibur, we have to really open our eyes and leave the darkness behind, the secrets behind, right? We need to do it in a caring, compassionate way towards the rebuilding of the world and ourselves. Heal the world, make it a better place, right? But you need to do that from, your actions need to stem from a centered place, right? That's kind of being the hub of the wheel, Buddha, right? Having your third eye, your Buddha, your inner Buddha, like lit, and you're just like, oh yeah, I see what I need to do before I do it. Entering your chill zone is how to start that. And then you can really birth new ideas. If you don't have a battle plan, you're just running around kind of like chopping off heads, the shadow of all this Aries, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Chiron, is that you're reactive, you're impulsive, you're on fire, you don't know what to do, you're fidgety. It's like, try meditating. I know this is kind of cliche, new age, whatever, but it's like, this stuff works. Listen to music you love and just kind of relax to it. Get your breathing into deep. I mean, sometimes it takes 20 minutes just to get into a relaxed state for me. So, this is certain pop, cool. So anyway, yeah, like I said, check out the Team Rabbit Hole podcast. Holler for readings. I hope you enjoyed this and enjoy your Saturn's day. Adios.